quite as dramatic a moment here as the Blue Jays and their fans think it is. They're not scoreboard watching at the moment. And it won't matter. There's a pop-up. All the road is under it. And the Toronto Blue Jays are the American League East champions in 1992. Wayne Ward came on to save it for Cito Gaston's Blue Jays. Toronto, the first American League East team to win back-to-back division titles since the New York Yankees did it in 1980 and 1981. And they'll meet Oakland in the ALCS beginning Wednesday night here in Toronto. And the Blue Jays have won their fourth American League East crown in the history of the franchise. They've clinched all four of them at home.
Yeah, it's a lot better to win on the field. You have 50,000 screaming fans out there. It's a little bit better celebration, but we're keeping everything in perspective. This is just one of three things that we wanted to accomplish this year, and we've accomplished it first. Now we've got two more to go.
It's been a great year all the way around. A comeback in a lot of respects, just a lot of respects. But it's been great playing for the team, and then celebrate my birthday with a championship, division championship. It's great, man. I can't tell you. It's great.
And here's Alomar, who has 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. Runner at third base. Alomar represents the tying run at the plate. And a drive hit to right field. Sierra going back, looking up, and this game is tied. Roberto Alomar, with his second home run in as many days, has tied the game. And the Toronto bench out of the dugout. 6-6 the score as Alomar has homered with White aboard.
On just about every kind of pitch you can throw at him, he has been right on all of them. Tried to get a fastball, looked like Steinbach wanted it away, and Alomar knew immediately. Game tied. So much for the shadows being difficult for the hitters to see.
4 hits for Roberto Alomar, 2 singles, a double, and a big 2-run home run. Still nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Fly ball hit deep to center field. Willie Wilson going way back. Willie Wilson leaps, and it's gone. It's a home run for Joe Carter. Two to nothing in favor of the Blue Jays, and Joe Carter breaks the drought after 4 singles in 21 times at bat. He hits a mammoth 2-run homer to give the Jays the lead.
Joe Carter might be saying, we've had great balance the first 5 games, but I'll drive the bus today. He's driven it for quite a bit of the year.
Blue Jays 1 strike away from a pennant. High fly ball toward the line and left. Calling for it is Maldonado, and the Blue Jays have finally won the pennant. The weight is finally off of their shoulders, the Toronto Blue Jays. They finally get over the hump on their 4th try, and Canada will be represented in the 1992 World Series.
Well, I think I can say a couple words. Just thank God that everything worked out the way it did, and Juan went out and did a heck of a job for us today, along with Joe Carter and the rest of this team. As I said early in the year, opening day, these guys have been focused to get to the World Series, and they've been that way all year. I'm just proud of all of them.
Well hit to left field. To the wall, Deion Sanders. Home run, Ed Sprague. Off the bench with a pinch hit 2-run homer off Jeff Reardon to give the Toronto Blue Jays a 5-4 lead. The Braves now hitting the Blue Jays 3-2. First and second with nobody out in the 4th in a scoreless ball game. First pitch to Justice. Well hit to center field. Devon White racing back to the warning track. Great catch up against the wall. And the runners passed each other. Pendleton went by Sanders. He has already been called out. Now they have Sanders in a rundown with a chance for a triple play. Gruber did not get him. Sanders made it back to second. Gruber insisting to Bob Davidson that he made the tag, but the umpire does not agree, and they came within inches of a triple play. Pendleton was out. He went by Sanders thinking that White would not make the catch, and it's easy to understand why he would think that way. Look at that catch. He's come into a very difficult spot. And Maldonado takes an 0-2 pitch to deep center to win the ball game. On an 0-2 pitch, He gave him something that Maldonado could drive, and he drove it, driving in Alomar with the winning run. Toronto takes Game 3, 3-2. Welcome to Canada World Series.
Breaking ball on the outside part, a hanger. Kelly Gruber ending Game 2 with the chop, and now Alomar chops across home plate.
The Blue Jays lead the World Series 2-1. The final score in Game 3, Toronto 3 and Atlanta 2. About 650 people live in Evergreen, they tell us. That one's heading for Evergreen. Deep to left field, near the pole, and a home run. Pat Borders puts the Blue Jays on the board with a home run off Tom Glavine. Just fair down the left field line. It's 1-0 Toronto.
And Pat Borders has been sizzling with the bat.
That's his first home run in the World Series. He's now 5 for 10 in this series against Atlanta. So the Blue Jays have now homered in each of their 10 postseason games this year.
Lee Brandt against Winfield, a pair of veterans. 2-2 the score in the Toronto top of the 11th. Lee Brandt ready at the waist. The runners go, 3-2 pitch, and a ground ball hit over third, a base hit down the line. White scores. It's picked up and bobbled by Gant. He dropped the ball in the corner. Alomar scores on a Dave Winfield two-base hit. His first extra base hit in World Series history, and the Blue Jays go out in front 4-2 here in the top of the 11th inning. Terry Pendleton was not guarding the line. We had just mentioned that, and Winfield on a 3-2 pitch slashed one on the ground over third by Pendleton for his now most famous extra base hit in Dave Winfield's career.
Mike Timlin pitched 1 inning in Game 5, and what pressure on this young man just to get 1 out.
With a tying run at third and 2 down in the bottom of the 11th, 4-3 Blue Jays. John Smoltz, the pinch runner at third. Nixon bunts. Timlin on it, throws to first. For the first time in history, the World Championship banner will fly north of the border. The Toronto Blue Jays are baseball's best in 1992. Dave Winfield, the game-winning hit. Jimmy Key, the winning pitcher. Mike Timlin, the save. How unlikely was that final pitching scenario? All 4 wins in this World Series for Toronto by 1 run, including Game 6, 4-3, the final in 11. In only their 16th year as a Major League franchise, the Toronto Blue Jays have won the World Championship.
Shame I can't give it to every player. Devon White made a game-saving catch in Toronto. Dave Winfield tonight. Dwayne Moore came in and got 2 wins. There's so many players that could easily get it that it's a shame one person get it.
I'm telling you, the oldest man in the room, the guy who took the longest to get a World Series championship, but there's not a person that's happier than me.
It's been a long, hard battle, but as I said, opening day, these guys have been focused since opening day, and if I could open my shirt, you would see it says 3 for 3, and we did it.
Tough left-handed hitter in Darrell Hamilton at the top of the order on deck, but right now it's Kevin Reimer. And the 1-2 pitch to him. Ground ball for Tony Fernandez. Alomar for 1, Oru for 2, double play. That's the ball game. It's a 93-peat. The Blue Jays are champions of the American League East again. 156 games and 175 days after it started. The Blue Jays on the road have sewn up an East Division crown in Milwaukee.
Well, yeah, it is a tough road. I mean, when you are World Series champions, a lot of people are shooting at you. We knew it was going to be tough. It was not easier this year. We had our backs against the wall a few times. Detroit got to a great start, and then we were pressed by Baltimore and New York the last 2 or 3 months of the season. But this team showed what it was made of. We knew we had one idea in mind, and that's to win our division. We've done that. Now we've got 2 more jobs ahead of us. That's the LCS and the World Series.
Molitor, after flying out to right in the second, he's had back-to-back singles. Olerud goes. The pitch is hit high and deep in the left center field. Johnson back to the wall. It's gone. Paul Molitor Molitor, 2-run homer to give the Blue Jays a 7-3 lead. That is the third ALCS home run for Paul Molitor and gives the Blue Jays a bit of a cushion. Dave Stewart is at the 100-pitch mark right now. Ball and no strikes, bases loaded, nobody out. Into short center field, Devon White is there, and the runners will hold. Popped it up. Sprague for out number 2.
Boy, and that is some pitch by Dave Stewart. He gets right inside on Lance Johnson. Johnson trying to hit it the other way, and he gets a real soft pop-up.
3-2, 2 out, runners go. Up the middle, and Stewart makes the play, and will make the play at first himself, and works his way out of the inning.
White 2 for 4 tonight. Swings and he drills one. Left field and deep. Rains back. It's gone. Home run, Devon White. How about that? Lamont turns him around, and Devo drills one deep to left field. On a 1-0 pitch, Devon White hits a home run, and there is some ninth-inning insurance. Molitor has been a hit batsman, scored a run, reached on an error, scored a run, drawn an intentional walk. Now he swings and he drills one. Deep right center field. That's way back there, and it is off the base of the wall. Carter's in to score. Olerud's in to score. Molitor on his way to third. He's got a stand-up triple, and the Blue Jays explode in their dugout as Olerud and Carter come down the dugout steps. The Blue Jays have taken a 6-2 lead. That is a 2-run triple for Paul Molitor. For Molitor, 5 RBIs in the ALCS. The Chicago White Sox are down to their last strike. And the Blue Jays pacing in the dugout. The pitch, a swing, and a fly ball to right field. This is going to do it. Joe Carter's under it. He's got it, and the Blue Jays are going back to the World Series. Out they come from that first base dugout, out to the pitcher's mound, where they are mobbing Dwayne Ward. The Blue Jays are going back to the World Series. They defeat the Chicago White Sox in a 6-3 final here tonight in Game 6 of the 1993 American League Championship Series.
I have to say that when I came to Toronto, very difficult, emotional move to try to leave after all that time in Milwaukee. When it did happen, though, there's no question I had aspirations about getting back to the World Series, and to have it culminate in my first season with that possibility of winning a World Championship, we're knocking on that door, and it's just something that I'm very thankful for. And I'm going to, maybe a little different than the first time, not just be happy to be there. I'm going to be very hungry to win and finally enjoy that ultimate feeling as a baseball player, and that is to spend a season, off-season as a world champion.
Mitch Williams is in with 2 men in scoring position and 1 out in the 8th. 1 run in for Toronto. The lead is 14-10 for Philadelphia. This is the first game in postseason history that both teams have scored in double figures. It's the highest scoring game in Major League Baseball postseason history. Base hit. Olerud scores. Molitor is stopped at third. And it's 14-11. And again, the Blue Jays will bring the tying run to the plate. Tony Fernandez with 5 runs driven in tonight and 9 in this World Series. That is already a World Series record for shortstops, with more games to come. The 1-1. Line to center. Dykstra can't get it. 2-run score. And the Blue Jays are within a run. It's 14-13. Rickey Henderson has silenced his critics in the last 2 games. Those are his first 2 runs batted in this World Series. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run at first with 2 outs. In the 8th, the 1-2 pitch. Little looper. Long run for Dykstra in right center. Can't get it. Borders around with the tying run. Henderson to the plate with the go-ahead run. 15-14 Toronto.
A slicing triple for Devon White that gives the Blue Jays the first lead that they have had since the 3rd inning.
6 runs in the 8th. Now Hollins, high fly to center. It'll stay in the park. Devon White makes the catch. And the Toronto Blue Jays have won the highest scoring game in postseason history to take a 3-1 lead in the World Series. They'll have a chance in Game 5 tomorrow night to win their 2nd consecutive world title. So the tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first, and Joe Carter is the batter. Now the 2-2. Well hit down the left field line. Way back and gone! Joe Carter with a 3-run homer. The winners and still world champions, the Toronto Blue Jays. It's only the 2nd time ever that a World Series has ended on a home run. Paul Molitor, a world champion for the first time, and Cito Gaston said, in particular, he wanted the Blue Jays to repeat to win it for Paul Molitor. Carter didn't quite hit it all the way to that sign, but it had enough to clear the fence and left his 2nd home run of the World Series to give Toronto the 8-6 win. He knew when he hit it that it had a chance, and he knew before he reached first base that he was a hero all across Canada. An incredible ending to a postseason that had many remarkable and memorable moments. And for the first time ever, the Toronto Blue Jays have won the World Series on Canadian soil. Congratulations to the '93 world champions.
I guess that just puts the topping on the cake right there. So happy for Joe and so happy for Molitor. Really happy for Molitor. He was, just played his heart out all year. It looked like we almost blew that game, but these guys never quit. They just like the Phillies. Phillies a great group of guys, and they just kept battling. We kept battling.
Dude, I told everybody I was going to catch the last out. When we didn't score there in the 8th inning, I said, now I'm going to drive in the winning run to myself, and I'm thinking that. And now I said, I've got to be a part of that. You look at the films from last year, I got to make the last out. And now this year, it's the game-winning home run. I mean, this is, I can't explain it.